Hey, yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Domuto back with another video. Yes, sir, yes, sir. The worst places to live by Degenerocity. We watched the one take. We watched the old kids show on my channel, and it was funny. So we're gonna check out another video. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
Take him to Detroit.
Oh hell no!
No, not Detroit.
Fuck no! I'd rather die.
Everything was that. No.
Alright, I'm gonna go straight into this. The earth is pretty garbage. I can't imagine it once being a beautiful haven where life and nature were one with each other in harmony. That just sounds like a fantasy. Now it's divided, polluted, and just plain old gross to live in. We live in a fatherless time right now, and that goes for every place around the world. Speaking of places, almost every region and country on this earth has many flaws, so much so that it makes me think, why do people even live there? Some of these places are equal to living in literal hell. And as someone who lives in the United States, the land of the annoying and the home of the obese, I know what true despair looks like. I know how to tell the difference between each dumpster I've stayed at. And since I do, in this video I'll be listing some of the worst places to live at on planet Sheen, whether it be a country, or a city, or a supermarket. First place I'll be talking about is the US. Let's just get the obvious out the way. The United States is a chaotic mess. The people here are some of the most closed-minded people to ever learn to read and write. And that part is debatable. In this place, you can't agree to disagree. You have to pick a side. You're either on the socially popular acceptable side, or you're looked at as the villain, no in-betweens. No, it's like that in other places now, but we're the ones that started it and pushing it down everyone's throats. Second, the shootings. Nowhere is safe. I hate the fact that every time I walk into a movie theater, I always look for the emergency exit, just in case there's some dude that recently got rejected by his crush decides, time to go nuts. I'm sick of it. And not that every place here is bad. There's some heat here. You know, there's NYC, DC,
New York. Come on. New York. 8-foot rats. Come on now. Look.
Jersey, Georgia, Florida. That's it. Everything else can disappear. California is literally one of the worst places on this planet. Chicago is full of young boy fans, you know, those radioactive people. Arizona, you're gonna die of heat exhaustion. Detroit, you're gonna come back to no house, and there's literally nothing in this area, in this middle of the United States. There's nothing.
I'm in one of those states.
Like, what's that
Chill
misery?
out.
Misery? Because you're gonna be miserable living there. I've said my piece of living in this trash can of a country.
Nah.
I'm gonna move to the moon. Next up on my list, we have 7-Eleven. Not necessarily living inside a 7-Eleven, but living around one. Why 7-Elevens? Because the most janky people show up there. Everybody has been to a 7-Eleven where there's either a crackhead or a homeless person hanging around there. And since it's a 7-Eleven, it's gonna get robbed at least twice a year. Living around such a place will most definitely suck and lower your property value. Just to let you know, if a 7-Eleven opens next to your neighborhood, you're basically living in the projects now. Get out while you still can, because your town is slowly gonna turn into Brazil. Next worst place, a very real place to live in. Bikini Bottom. I don't know what it is about this place, but when I'm watching the show, it looks like a very frustrating place to live in. Whether it's living in between these two dumbasses or just live in the city, you're gonna have a bad life. Because every fish in this show is just to everybody. Like, you could just be vibing and then they start roasting you out of nowhere. It's not Mr. Krabs' fault that he has big meaty claws. He was just playing an instrument. He's just born like that too. Bikini Bottom is literally the Birmingham of the ocean. Not to mention, the city gets destroyed every now and then. Whether that be from SpongeBob and Patrick or a god doing it, the city gets burned down basically every season. How can insurance companies even exist with this happening so often? Plus, the only two options to eat at are the Krusty Krab and the Chum Bucket. And the Krusty Krab be having new recipes every other episode. You can't trust it. It's gonna be a completely different burger the next day. And the Chum Bucket is... The food is unedible at these places 90% of the time. This is a horrible place to live.
There's more than one restaurant.
The people here are jackasses, SpongeBob and Patrick exist, and your house will probably be destroyed. Bikini Bottom sucks.
There's Super Mighty Wiener or whatever it was.
Next is the Cars universe. Now, if you're not a car and you're just a normal dude, it'll kind of suck living here. Everybody has a car or a truck, and if you just a dude, how do you get anywhere? Do you just go inside one of these cars and start driving? That sounds weird. Plus, it's only cars, and how do you you know, do a car. Like, you gotta look for the car ussy or the cussy, or what am I supposed to call these things? You can't form a relationship with a car. This ain't TLC. And also, I'm about to go environmentalist. But imagine the carbon footprint these guys are leaving in the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're all vehicles. They're all cars. The ozone layer is just black at this point. These guys are ruining the environment, and you wouldn't want to live in that. I think the Cars universe is a bust. I'd rather live in a bus. Next worst place to live in, North Korea. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Up next, Gotham. In superhero universes, any place where the superhero lives at or where they all meet up is the most dangerous place on Earth. New York City in the Marvel universe is basically World War II every day, and Gotham ain't much better. In fact, it has even more criminals than any other. There's literal psychopaths going around and killing people and blowing shit up all the time. And the city's best hero is a vigilante who doesn't even kill them, just so they can break out of prison and continue the cycle of high crime statistics. You can't even go to work in the subway in this city without worrying about the Riddler blowing up the whole train for his Twitch.
Worst place to live, bro. I ain't never going to
just
Gotham. Because
he got 2 gifted subs.
I don't care who
I'm not dying for the Riddler's 7-viewer Twitch stream.
Gotham can drop
you can't
me a
even
bag,
have a night out in this
there.
city because every fun place with a lot of people inside, like a club or a party, is bound to get blown up by a villain. The safest place is your house, and I'm positive the housing market in Gotham is non-profitable. I can probably get a 3-bedroom apartment for $10 in this city. They just giving houses away because no one wants to live there. Hell, I could probably buy a mansion next to Bruce Wayne's house for $100. It doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna die next month because of the next bi-weekly Joker terrorist attack. And that's just gonna be the normal Monday for everybody. Your normal days will change living here. You're gonna hear shooting and explosions outside, look and say, there goes Joker again, blowing up the children's hospital. Whatever. Let me get back to my FIFA. That's your new routine. This place sucks. It's horrible. It makes the GTA verse look like the Wonder Pets verse. You should never live in Gotham. But do you know what's worse than Gotham? Worse than Bikini Bottom? Worse than anything I've mentioned beforehand? It's a place where nightmares come to life. A place where the most nefarious live, the evil is evil, the bad is bad. A place of true terror. I'm talking about England.
England? What's wrong with that boy? They childish. He childish. Nah, he wild.
This is the most uncivilized, broken country on this planet. England is a country that is run by barbaric cavemen and women that we call British people. But since I don't see them as equal in any way, shape, or form, I personally call them braggers. Their education is bankrupt. Their society is still in the Stone Age. Their technology is non-existent. They still haven't invented toothpaste yet. They made James Corden. They gave us the boring-ass version of The Office. This is the worst place on planet Earth! And I've been to England myself. I got first-hand experience on what it's like to be in a 9th world country. And it's exactly what you expect. It's
England. I wouldn't let this slide, England. Personally. Me personally. You know what I'm saying?
The food is unedible. The fanciest dish they have is beans on toast. This is orphanage food. I can't eat this. They play soccer. They drink tea. They still have a queen. These guys are not real. They still living in the 1600s. You guys lost. Get over it. They can't be real because I don't even understand them when they speak. They speak certain dialect like
the fuck
splendid,
is that?
Crumpets. Like, those are not words. These people are ruining the climate. They're taking our jobs and they're ruining the world. And I'm pretty sure I got an STD while I was over there. I'm never going back. It would be better if everything disappeared. Everyone disappeared. Tom Holland disappeared.
Oh, not Tom.
Why he takes a day? That is the video on the worst places to live.
That's funny.
Leave a like,
subscribe,
or don't. In conclusion, I'm dead inside. How much money you got? A lot.
Nah, he funny. That nigga said Zendaya. Hey, I feel you on that one. Boy, that England. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Batman, I wouldn't let that slide, Batman. But anyway, if you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.